For a number of years, Rogers park system has been in a really dynamic kind of a changing mode. You can go back 20 or 25 years where the focus then was on neighborhood parks. A lot of grants were written and things like that. It's really kind of started small. As we saw the neighborhood parks take shape in the last 20 years, Cambridge Park, Olive Street Park, Tower Park, more maybe geared towards the neighborhoods, areas of groups or families. But I think in the last, say, 10 or 15 years, you see a change, a more direct towards larger parks, groups, parks that have multiple facets to them, the aquatics park, the change at Lake Atlanta, these are type things. And then, of course, the thing that I think ties all the parks together now in Northwest Arkansas is the trail system. So we really see a transition in the last 20 to 25 years in parks. I think one of the things we're truly excited about is Mount Hebron Park, and this is property that was purchased with money out of the last bond issue. So it's such a large piece, almost 80 acres. I think we'll end up with over 75 acres in the park itself. But this is a large area that is open. And I think one of the neatest things about the piece of property is that it's kind of got two phases or two places. We have the front of the park, the east side of the park up by Mount Hebron Road is pretty much flat. I think we'll end up dedicating that to what traditional park area is. And then the back half of the park is truly neat. It falls off several feet to the west. There's going to be a pond, lots of open space, lots of trees in that area. So I think here we're going to have a really large park on the west side of town where we get lots of growth, lots of different ideas for the things to go into that park. We're truly excited about having something on that side of town.
Mount Hebron Park has the ability to, with the space that it provides, to have multiple areas of accessibility and how the children can interact together. I went out and visited other parks around the country and saw wonderful parks set up for children with special needs, and they were set up as parks for all children to play together, and that was a really special thing that I got to experience. The park that I visited up in Minnesota had a special area of a zip line, and this zip line was regular grips where you can dangle, or they had a seat where you can put in a child with special needs in, and it's a really neat experience for those kids to be able to feel that wind through their hair and the movement along with that. It's a really neat piece of playground equipment that we hope to have out there. Really excited about the Mount Hebron opportunity to have this accessible playground.
Northwest Park, which is on North 13th Street, just north of Lingle School. The idea that when that was built, it was Northwest Rogers. There was very little west of Dixieland. And so now the community has truly changed. And so the bond issue gives us an opportunity to go back to this park right here in the center of town and set it up in a way that will be more fan-friendly, more user-friendly, obviously more modern. We hope to use some artificial surfaces. We want to relocate our shop area and open those areas up to where we don't have areas crowded by maintenance facilities. We're really excited about putting the parking on the south end of the park, be adjacent to Lingle School. We continue to share parking with the school. We both benefit from that. So we're really excited about this opportunity to maybe totally modernize Northwest Park and it still have the same use for recreational needs of Rogers. Frisco Park is something that probably jumped out even before, or in the very beginning of us even discussing the bond issue, or when the chamber first brought it up. But so lucky to receive a Design Excellence grant in excess of $800,000 for Walton family to design this park. And a lot of thought went into this through the community development team and the Parks and Rec team. But I think it's just going to be something really neat for downtown Rogers, a totally different face and much needed. And I think it's going to be something that all the people in Rogers are going to be really excited about, to see this transition to downtown Rogers. We continue to add to the parks that exist and update them, but we continually look for new areas, maybe like Mount Hebron, where it's a brand new park in a new area of town that's growing and changing. Hi, I'm Jim White. Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Rogers. And we hope to see you all at the polls on August 14th.